Senator Joe Biden of Delaware says all of the right things. There's only one problem. He's all talk. He has a track record on Israel as bad as anyone's in Congress.
That Israel is the single greatest strength America has in the Middle East. I always say to my friends when they say those things to you, I say, imagine our circumstance in the world were there no Israel.
Democratic vice presidential candidate Joe Biden was quoted as telling senior Israeli officials behind closed doors that the Jewish state will have to reconcile itself to a nuclear Iran.
I used to say early on when I was a kid, I'd say, when I was a young senator, I'd say, if I were a Jew, I'd be a Zionist.
When Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin visited America in 1982, he said that a United States senator had threatened to cut off aid if Israel continued creating settlements in the West Bank. The senator, according to the New York Times, was reported to have been Joe Biden, Democrat of Delaware.
I am a Zionist. You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist.
AIPAC's stated goal is to support the Israeli government no matter what. But Joe Biden says that AIPAC, quote, doesn't speak for the entire Jewish community. It doesn't speak for the state of Israel, no matter what it insists on any occasion. And finally, there's the Democratic presidential nominee himself. Barack Obama demonstrated his commitment to Israel when, over the course of 24 hours, he first pledged that Jerusalem would remain undivided, then recanted under fire from Palestinian Arab supporters.
Now let me be clear. Israel's security is sacrosanct. It is non-negotiable. And Jerusalem will remain the capital of Israel, and it must remain undivided.
When you said that, did you not realize the significance that that has for so many people in this region?
No, look, number one, the fact is that Jerusalem is Israel's capital. And so I was simply stating a fact. With respect to...
You said must remain undivided. Those are code words.
Well, the issue of it being undivided, I have said, and I said immediately after the speech, that word was poorly chosen. That what I was referring to is making sure that we're not setting up barbed wire across Israel.
But Senator, it's a very simple declarative statement. It must remain, and you started the paragraph by saying, "Let me be clear."
Charlie, if the day after or the day of making the speech, I concede that the wording was poor, and it's immediately corrected, then.
Rookie mistake?
Well, I wouldn't say rookie mistake. I think that veterans make mistakes as well.
Echoing his running mate Joe Biden, Barack Obama stated, quote, "There is a strain within the pro-Israel community that says, unless you adopt an unwavering pro-Likud approach to Israel, then you're anti-Israel. And that can't be the measure of our friendship with Israel." Barack Obama has also demonstrated that he routinely underestimates Israel's enemies, pledging to sit down with Iranian thug Mahmoud Ahmadinejad without preconditions, then explaining that Iran is a tiny country that poses little threat to the United States.
Would you be willing to meet separately, without precondition, during the first year of your administration in Washington or anywhere else, with the leaders of Iran, Syria, Venezuela, Cuba, and North Korea, in order to bridge the gap that divides our countries?
Should also point out that Stephen is in the crowd tonight. Senator Obama?
I would. And the reason is this, that the notion that somehow not talking to countries is punishment to them, which has been the guiding diplomatic principle of this administration, is ridiculous. Iran, Cuba, Venezuela, these countries are tiny compared to the Soviet Union. They don't pose a serious threat to us. Iran, they spend 1/100th of what we spend on the military. I mean, if Iran ever tried to pose a serious threat to us, they wouldn't stand a chance.
In order to survive, the state of Israel must remain strong and united. In order to remain strong and united in the face of constant threats, the state of Israel must have allies. In particular, it must have one ally, the United States. And U.S. policy on Israel is largely determined by the President of the United States. We American Jews must decide whom to trust. And after looking at Barack Obama, it is clear that we cannot trust him on Israel. Israel is too precious, her situation too precarious, to hand over her future to anyone but a lifelong defender of Israel. Barack Obama is not a lifelong defender of Israel. It is not clear that he is even a defender of Israel. American Jews simply cannot afford Barack Obama in the White House. Neither can the Jewish state.